What's up, Spooners? Welcome back. Guys, today is episode 4 of the COD commentary series. Guys, today, something a bit different. I'm gonna be alone. Dickbutt said he wasn't up to give advice because he is unqualified, as am I. So I decided I'll try and do one myself today. See what happens. See if we can get, deep or maybe funny. Anyways, guys, we're gonna start off with our first submission. For obvious reasons, don't say my name or anything, but long story short, I'm a 22-year-old male in the United States Army as a tanker and got married to another soldier, a male. So we can get a massive pay increase with getting a house as well. We aren't gay, and it's not weird for us or anything, we are just playing the system. But I have a girlfriend of 2 years who doesn't know I got married behind her back. As of recently, she's been talking about wanting to progress our relationship and move in together, and possibly get our own house. She's just been dropping mad hints. I don't know what to do, or if I should tell her I've been married to a man for half of our relationship. That's pretty funny. You know, there's an episode of It's Always Sunny where Charlie and Frank get married for benefits. And I think at the end when they decide that they don't want to be married anymore, they get something called an annulment. I don't know if that's suitable for your situation, or even if the benefits that you're giving up are worth, you know, this new relationship. So I suppose you have to weigh the two options. Depending on what you're getting out of this, it might be worth telling your girlfriend, listen, I'm in a platonic marriage for financial gain, as you say, playing the system. I respect it. You gotta hustle. If the benefits aren't that great, I don't know if you're still living in like the house with the guy or what's going on, and maybe you just, you know, cut it off. But that being said, keeping this a secret forever, I feel like would be kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hilarious. So, I mean, maybe you just tell her, listen, I'm married already. Kind of see how she reacts. I mean, if she's a keeper, I feel like she'd be like, that's pretty funny. You know, I think she'd understand. And I mean, she's probably going to want you to end the marriage. Understandable. Can you be married twice? I don't know how that works, but can you still marry her eventually, but still be married to this guy? I don't know, man. I would do some research, but I don't think it's that serious. I mean, it's kind of funny. And I think, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, moving on. Hey, Spoon. I do not sleep for days at a time. An average week for me might look something like this. He attached this, this chart of his average week, I guess. Besides that normal schedule, sometimes I just can't sleep for 2 days straight. Then for the next few days, get in some weird power nap cycle body forces me asleep to wake back up. I will watch Spoonkid videos for hours on end instead of sleeping, also just doing other things like going on adventures outside or in the drains. Did I read that right? Going on adventures outside or in the drains. I don't know what that means. Are you going in the sewer to hang out, man? Anyways, do you have any advice on how to sleep? Yeah, that's pretty brutal, man. That's pretty rough. You know, I gotta say, I've had my fair share of sleeping problems. I'd say it's an ongoing issue to some extent, but it's certainly improved. And, you know, let me think about what factors maybe helped. You know, I think a big part of it is you gotta kind of tire yourself out. And what I do, first part of my day, drink some caffeine. I would never drink caffeine in the second half of your day. So if you're like, let's say you're up for 16 hours, sleep for 8. Let's say you wake up at 8 a.m. Don't have caffeine past 4 p.m., you know? Just have it in that first half. If you even need caffeine or want it. I sure do. But anyways, yeah. You gotta exercise or try, you know? That'll help. Sounds like you're doing adventures in the drains, so maybe that's involves some physical activity, but first half of your day, try going to the gym and just really tucker yourself out if you can. You know, do your weights or whatever. Maybe go on the treadmill. Just go until you're dying. That helps me sleep. You know, you want to be in that state where by the time you're getting into bed, like if you've ever done like a really big active day, like you go on a hike or something, and like by the time you get to bed, you're like pooped and you're just out. You kind of want to replicate that every day if you can. And the only way I've found to be able to do it is a lot of exercise and keeping yourself busy, and also not napping. I mean, some people can nap, but for me, anytime I invite naps into my life, it just turns my life upside down. It turns my sleep schedule all over the place, you know. So at least for me, I don't nap. I never nap. No napping allowed. And you know, caffeine helps with that in the first part of your day if you're feeling a little sleepy. You got a funny schedule where you're like doing that. I used to do this in school a lot, where you like sleep like 2 hours at night because you're up all night, and then you're all tired during the day, and then you fall asleep when you get home at like 4 p.m. and then wake up at like 2 a.m. Like you just fall fucked up. You got to power through that. You got to eliminate the falling asleep at like 4 p.m. Like you gotta power through, wait till like 9 p.m. or something. You know? I could go on all day about sleep, man, but it's pretty simple, I think. Maybe look it up. You know? Maybe look it up. You get the idea. Alright, let's find another one. McLovin says, I feel as if all my friends around me are using me for money. I've had this problem for a while with the same group of friends where I feel constantly used and strained for my money. I like to think they are great friends and I love to have their company, but also when I'm around them, the main subject that pops up is my money. They always ask for handouts, and whenever we are out to eat, I always end up paying the bill no matter what. This has been an ongoing problem for a minute. I want to keep my friends, yet I don't want to be used for my money. What should I do in this situation? Well, you know, you haven't provided much information here, so I don't know if you're like, you know, you just got like a solid job, or you're like Jeff Bezos' son. But either way, the answer is the same. You know, there should be an expectation that people pay you back for stuff, you know? It's not that complicated. No matter what your situation is, there shouldn't be an expectation that you're just paying for stuff. You know, it sounds like you've kind of let it become a problem a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying it's all your fault, but, you know, if I'm going out to dinner and I pick up the bill, I expect my friend to pay me the money for it, you know? Unless I say otherwise. Now listen, every once in a while, if you want to be, you know, I don't know what your situation is, but I can speak on my situation, you know. I'm a 22-year-old guy, and I'm doing alright. And, you know, every once in a while, if I'm like, you know, going through a drive-through or whatever it is, and my friend's like, how much do I owe you? Maybe if I want, I'd be like, nah, you're good, man, don't worry about it, you know. But that's my choice. I always expect that they're gonna be like, let me pay you back, you know. And if they don't say that, then I go, hey, what the hell, man? Where's my fucking money? They didn't even get a fucking free Chick-fil-A sandwich off of me. What do you think this is? You know, it's fine to be nice if you want to be. You know, you shouldn't be too nice. You know, you don't want people taking you for a ride. But it sounds like you're not like, don't worry, man. You know, it sounds like they're just like, yeah, you got it, man. Whatever. You gotta just be like, hey, man, what the fuck you doing? Give me my fucking money. That would piss me off. You know? You think you come out here, order a fucking tomahawk steak, and it's just covered? What do I look like? Think I'm a fucking charity, huh? Yeah, go fuck yourself. You know? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's any point in retroactively, like, You're like, hey, where's this? But hey, next time you go out to dinner or whatever the fuck, if you know, first of all, I don't know why you have to pick up the bill every time, but if you do, you know, be like, hey, you owe me this much. Let's see what they do, you know? And if they go, oh, okay, you know, let me, fucking cash app you or whatever the fuck, throw you a 20, and there you go, you're done. If they go, oh, well, I thought, hey, come on, man, I'm not a fucking charity, you know? I think it's a pretty simple problem. You just got to be a little more assertive, but also, depending on how they react, if they're like, you know, being a fucking asshole, then these guys aren't your friends, you know? Sounds like you've maybe let the problem fester. You say, I always end up paying the bill no matter what. Now listen, man, why you doing that? Shouldn't be doing that. I mean, are they grateful even? Are they like, oh, thank you so much, man? You know, my dog just had surgery. I have no money or something? Or are they just like, all right, what are we doing now? You know? That's not cool. Maybe yell at them a little bit. What the fuck you doing? All right. Next up. High school decisions. Hunter says, I really hate high school and don't want to go through it. The job I want to do, I don't need a high school diploma. I could get my GPA. I think he means GED. I don't know. The only reason I'm going through high school is because of my mom. Do you suggest I go through high school and deal with it, or explain to my family and enter the workforce early, potentially making $20K a year? Hunter, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think you know what you're talking about. You kind of tipped me off with the I could get my GPA. Is that something? Let me look this up. What the fuck is? Does he mean a GED? I mean GPA. What the? I explained I could enter the workforce early, potentially making $20K a year. That's not really. I mean, that's not. You know, you're not gonna be killing it with that. You know what, man? I think kind of sounds like you don't really know what's going on that much. I think I'd trust your mom. You know, parents don't always know right, but in this situation, I think maybe finish the high school diploma. I know it sucks, but you know, it doesn't sound like you got really a great coherent plan here. If you get what I'm saying. I mean, you didn't really give me much more information. I don't know what this job is, but you know, if you got a roof over your head, I would stick it out. I mean, what are you, like 14? You know, I don't know, man. I think you got to stick it out. And you know, I'm not really fucking with this plan you got here. It doesn't really make sense to me. Well, guys, I think that wraps up episode 4. I hope you enjoyed, and submit your advice to the email if you want. Yeah.